I am Kendra Menadeo, and I am talking about what it is to be a young pup illustrator and painting this. Hey guys, so today I'm talking about what it is to be a young pup illustrator, or as I think Jake Parker has described it, early pro. So an early pro, or a young pup as I like to call it, like anyone in any field, is someone who is relatively new to the business, and in this case, the illustration business. So they've either just finished school or are just beginning to take their work seriously and have decided to make a real go of it. In this case, me. So for some perspective, this young pup phase, and I think this applies to a lot of different industries, tends to last from 0 to 3 years, where you're figuring shit out and learning what like where you fit in the big picture of things. And after that, it's full on pro. So you've figured shit out, you know what you want, you know where you're going, you know who your clients are, you know what's up. And there are different phases of pro, which you can actually learn about from Lee White's latest video on SVS Learn. He talks about how to make money as an illustrator, and I'll post links for you guys. But if you haven't taken any of their classes yet, they are so awesome, and I just love SVS Learn so much. So in addition to the phases, there are several career paths for an illustrator to go down, which Lee White goes over, but they depend on personality type, speed at which you work, and what your natural inclinations are. So I am not a particularly fast illustrator. This video was done probably about over 2 to 3 day period, showing, and then it's all sped up so you can, no, your eyes won't bleed from watching it because it takes so long. But before I get to painting, I have to mull stuff over. I do a lot of research, I sleep on it, until ideas start to percolate, drawings and images start to come into my mind. I pin the shit out of shit, and then I get to drawing, and then I do that while I'm drawing. But it also probably doesn't help that I work in watercolors, which can take a while to dry, as I came back the next morning here after the whole background dried. So also, I'm new at this. I'm pretty new. I've only been really taking this seriously for about a year. And with speed will come with time and practice. Even if I want it right freaking now. I gotta keep telling myself, time, practice. But being a young pup, like me, like maybe you who are listening, is an exciting and equally frustrating time. There are so many things to do and try, and you're just figuring shit out, learning what you want to do, developing your style, building your portfolio, figuring out how to make money, where, who, what, lots of revenue streams. All that stuff can be really tough. And so I've been filling my head with lots of creative business strategy, just absorbing like a sponge. Various podcasts, videos, books, articles, as much as I possibly can without not getting any work done. And just trying to figure out what I want to do, what I want, so I don't waste my time floundering around. Anyway, what I've learned of all the things that I've learned, it's really, really important to do what you love. And that's anything. Anything. You love You love painting on ceramics? Do that. You love painting food? Actually, there's a girl that loves doing that. I'll put a link down below. And are you a person who loves drawing noodly people and cats? There's a girl who I love who also does YouTube videos. She's amazing. I'll link to her. And then there's people like me who love drawing adorable things and telling stories. So it's just whatever the thing is that you love doing, you need to do that. I know that I love drawing adorable characters and exploring the relationships between them. I'm also not terribly fast, and I like to take my time exploring the characters and finding the best way to communicate who they are visually. And these things tell me, and also Lee White's class also tells me, that I fit in probably well with children's books. This has also been, I also love books. I just love books. I've made little zines. I have lots of really shitty books that I've made that I've never published, and some that I have that only 2 people have bought, but I just love books, and I want to keep making them, and I want to make them for others, and hopefully my own, because that's what I like doing. But so knowing what I love to do and who my clients potentially are will help me develop a portfolio of work that would make it easy for publishers to hire me. And now it's time to develop that portfolio. And I'm realizing my current portfolio is not up to snuff. And mostly it's because I've done almost 100% fan art. And Jake Parker has a fabulous video about like the good and the bad of fan art. But right now I'm in the bad because my entire portfolio is fan art. And that's what's on my Etsy. That's what I do in the galleries. That's kind of what I'm known for right now. And I do more than that. And in order to get publishers to hire me and see what I could do for them, something's got to change. So the idea of what needs to change has been percolating in my mind for several months. But Lee White's class that I took recently really pulled it into focus. And it was like, this is what you got to do to push your little young pup career forward. And so the plan is to step back a little bit and focus more on personal portfolio-worthy projects that will get me hired by publishers. And in order for me to do that, it means making some changes. And for me, that means not taking on any more personal commissions, at least for right now, because most of that is all fan art. And continuing to work with the pop art gallery that I currently work with, but not pursuing any others. And just keeping fan art to a minimum. Superman and Batman are coming out. I don't know if I'm sticking to my plan, I'm not going to do a piece for that. And until I produce at least 12 portfolio-worthy pieces, that's probably going to be what I do. And hopefully I can get that done in 6 months, but it might take longer. So how does this apply to you? Maybe you're a young pup illustrator and you've been struggling with your portfolio and you are struggling with getting clients, and maybe you need to rethink what it is you really love to do, who your clients actually are, and how to show them that you're the right person for the project. I'll put links below to all the things I talked about, and yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting next few months, and I really hope that you'll stick around and share your work with me while we like do this thing together and grow together, because I think having creatives to grow up with is super important to being successful and having a really fulfilling career. So anyway, gonna wrap this up, and thanks for sticking around.
So if you liked what you saw, what you heard today, my plan is to make more videos like this. I'm just working along my little young pup path and taking what I've learned from the pros and applying them to what I'm doing, and hopefully inspiring others along the way. Subscribe if you'd like to see more. I'm also on the Instagrams, on the Twitter, on the Tumblr, and of course on Etsy. That's where I make my living currently. And I will be at WonderCon at the end of the month at the Los Angeles Convention Center. And if you're around, come and say hi, because it'll be super duper fun. Okay, thanks so much.